Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a life update video. I don't think I've ever done one of these before, so I don't really know how to go about it. I don't have any plans for this video, like I haven't planned out anything, but just thought that I could sit down today and chat with you guys and have a conversation with you guys about my life and what we're up to. Also, I'm sitting like where I used to film all my YouTube videos ever since we moved in here basically, which is kind of nice because I thought just this style of video, it's very like chill and casual. I would come and sit down here. I also asked you guys on Twitter if there was anything in particular you would want me to talk about or like update you on, so I will go through that too and answer the ones that just keep appearing the most. So I think the first one I'll talk about, definitely the main thing that I saw, was my residency. I just thought it was so sweet that so many of you guys care and like want updates on it. It's really comforting to know that you guys are all there for me and that you're just as excited as I am for me to get it and for us to travel. Without going into too much of the technical stuff, basically with immigration, depending on where you file your case, there's like an estimated time for how long your case should take. For example, it could say like 9 to 12 months or like 9 to 18 months, for example. So for us, it was, I think, end of February was when our maximum time reached, and we still don't have an interview, we don't have notice of an interview or anything like that. So that's basically the only update that we have, is that it's gone past the time that it really should have been. So hopefully things will start to move forward soon. It's crazy that we're now in April, so it's been 2 years and 4 months. Like, we're really creeping up on 2.5 years, and I'm just praying and praying that we get it before the 2.5 year mark. I wish I could update you more. I wish I had more information, but I don't. It's really hard to know what's going on because you don't really get told a lot. Waiting and praying, and I know it's gonna come at the perfect time. And it's crazy because I look at the whole situation, I have no idea when it's gonna come. I don't know when anything is happening, but I do know that God knows. He has it all planned out, and so I'm really just trusting that every single day. Something else that a lot of people asked about was that we go back between LA and Florida a lot right now. So basically we've been back 3 times this year, which is a lot. Usually we would only go back to Florida a couple times in the year, but at the beginning of the year, you guys probably know if you follow us on Instagram, I think is where Gabe talked about it. Gabe was going through a lot mentally, and he had to take a break from work, and there was just a lot going on, and so we had planned a trip to Florida. I'm pretty sure it was just to visit his family and stuff because we hadn't seen them in a couple months. So we stayed there for 3 weeks because I was kind of saying to him that probably the extra time around his family and like best friends would be really good for him, and it was amazing. He like came back to life. We had such a good time there. So we flew back to LA, and then a couple weeks later we flew back to Orlando because we had a trip planned with Disney. Disney flew us out and everything, so that was kind of just a random thing. That wasn't us planning on going back to Florida. So then we flew back to LA, and then a couple weeks later we flew back to Florida because I was going to go see my best friend Jess, who was going to be in Orlando. So that trip was just basically for me to see Jess before she went out on her Disney cruise line. If you guys watched my last video, you would know all what I'm talking about. So it seems like we've been in Florida a lot because we technically have, but it's all been for different reasons. We are loving it. It's really nice to get out of LA every once in a while. Basically all year has been cold and rainy, so it was really nice going to Florida and having beautiful sunny weather and the beach, and it was just really nice. Something else I thought about talking about, I haven't mentioned on social media, I don't think. I know Gabe has talked about it, I think on his Instagram, that he started going to therapy, but I haven't talked about it either. But I started going to therapy too. I started going a couple weeks after him, maybe a month after him, and we see different people. He sees a guy and I see a girl, but I just thought I would quickly talk about that because I'm really enjoying it, and I feel like therapy for anyone would be beneficial. The first couple times of going to therapy, I feel like is like the getting to know you stage. So now that I've been going for a little bit, I feel now is kind of the time where I'm like taking stuff from it, which is really good, and it's really helped me. It wasn't for anything like crazy serious that started happening or anything. It was just that, especially with the job that we have and being in LA and me going through my residency, and even just me moving across the world when I was 20 and dealing with haters online and just like a lot of stuff that goes on. Both Gabe and I were recommended quite a few times to go to therapy, and so I was finally like, okay, I'm gonna do it. But yeah, that's been really good for me. I don't know if any of you guys go to therapy or if you're thinking about therapy, or you might be thinking it's too scary or something, but I mean, I can't speak on behalf of all therapists, but just from my experience so far, it's never scary. Sometimes, if anything, I'll just leave feeling a little drained because I've just talked about my emotions for so long that sometimes I leave going like, whew, I'm exhausted. Okay, some of you guys asked about a music update. I actually completely forgot about that. But yes, there will be music coming very soon. We've been working on it for a while. Like, we started it in January, I think, so it's been a while. That's why I keep forgetting about it, that I'm like, oh yeah, we have music that's coming out. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. I thought this one was really sweet. She said, have you found any new lady friends around LA? I know you said that it was kind of hard to find some, but I hope you have. First of all, you guys are so caring. I just appreciate how much you care so much. But yeah, I have a couple really sweet girls out here that I hang out with, go to church with and stuff, and that's really nice. It was really difficult, and it still is difficult sometimes. I just think it's difficult being far from my family and being far from my best friends in Australia. Like the other day, I was having a bad day and I just wished that I could drive to my sister or drive to my mom. So that can be really hard, not having like my sister or anyone to just drive to, but that's not just LA, that's the fact that I live across the world from them. But yeah, I think we're really lucky with the people that we do have out here. We're really blessed with our community right now. This one is more of a Q&A question than a life updates, but I'm gonna answer it anyway because I thought that it was a nice one. She said, can you talk about stuff that makes you happy, just like normal and daily stuff, because I have problems to find happiness in my normal daily routine. I think it's important, first of all, to not pressure yourself to be happy 24/7. Like yesterday I had a bad day, and it is good that you're trying to find little happy things in your daily routine. Things that I find make me happier is when I get a good sleep, when I go work out in the morning, when I start my day with reading a devotion or reading the Bible, something like that. It can be really small things too, like lighting a nice candle. I have a candle going right now, and it smells like, it's called the flannel candle from Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath and Body Works. I get them confused. Bed Bath & Body Works, and it's so nice, and it just makes the whole house smell so nice and clean. Worship music is something that I always go to, whether I'm driving in the car or if I just go sit down and I play on the piano. Like, worship music always brings happiness to me. Having a bath at the end of the day with bubbles or a bath bomb. Find little things that make you happy and do those things in your everyday routine, and I feel like that'll help you. Somebody asked me the Bible things that I'm reading at the moment, and I'm not reading a specific part of the Bible at the moment, but I am reading a book right now called what is it called? It's called The Power of a Praying Woman, and I highly recommend it. I'll leave a link to it down below. I think I may be halfway in, but so far I kind of read it every morning as a devotional. The chapters are really short and then they end with a prayer, and so that's like the perfect devotional for me right now, and I'm really loving it. I'm taking a lot from it. I don't know if you can see, but I'm just like writing down so many notes that I'm taking from the book. Somebody said that they would love an update on my anxiety, and I know I haven't really talked about my anxiety a lot on YouTube, maybe in 1 or 2 videos. I can't even remember, but I know some of you guys know that I do struggle with anxiety sometimes, but honestly I've been doing really good, and now also having my therapist who I can talk to about my anxiety. But right now, an update on my anxiety is that it's so much better. Every now and then it'll come back and I'm still working on it, but I feel like I have certain things now that I know to do to help me when I am feeling anxious. Come here, Bobby. Come here. Come say hi. Somebody asked how Milo was doing, which I think is such a cute question. You want to fill them in on how you're doing? Come on, you tell the camera. It's a really good update. Oh, he's so cute. You're so cute. Someone else asked an update on the business side of things, Hopper and Willow, and like other stuff that we're creating. I've designed a lot of cool things that are going to come out this year, so I'm really excited for you guys to see them, and it's going to be really cool. I'm really excited for that. There is something happening in my business life that is kind of a struggle right now that I'm working through, but I can't talk about it right now. Whenever I can, I will. But yeah, just wanted to be completely honest that behind the scenes, what you don't see, it's not always super happy and super perfect. And yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle, but we're getting through it. But yeah, we are planning really cool things. Gabe is doing so much better. He's like starting to work on things again, and he's just so much happier with where he is. So he has some things planned. I have some things planned. It should just be a really good year. I'm really excited for some things that I can't share with you. Oh, it's so annoying when people can't talk about their stuff, right? When we can talk about things, trust me, we will. This is really interesting, and it's another kind of Q&A question, but they said, how much has your life and personality changed since you moved to LA? Well, I feel like I haven't changed, but in the same way, I feel like I've changed a lot, because I moved here when I was 20 and just starting to get into my career. Everything was going super crazy. Now I'm gonna be 23 in a couple months, so I've definitely changed as a person. A few things definitely happened since moving to LA. Basically, I've had like 3 or 4 instances where I just know people's intentions, and their intentions were more for my following than for my personality or me. You know what I'm talking about. So that was really hard to like kind of keep happening over and over again. I think the last thing I'm going to touch on is our rest day that we've been having. A lot of you guys were asking about that too. If you don't know, at the start of this year, Gabe and I implemented a rest day every Saturday, and we get so many questions about that, so I just thought I'd quickly talk about it. Basically, ever since we've been married, we have never had a full rest day. Just every single day we would have something to do. I feel like LA has a certain culture, and it could be around the entire world too, but I just know being in LA and being in entertainment, there's this like culture or mindset of like you have to be working 24/7. And so since being married, we were kind of doing that. We were just working every day all the time, and we didn't realize how important a rest day was until basically we got burnt out. And I remember this one day in particular, we met up with the pastor of our church, and he was talking to us about the importance of rest days, like having a day where you don't do any work, you know, don't have a list of chores to do, like actual rest. And he said this really good analogy, and I feel like I'm gonna say it wrong, but from what I remember, it was like about a guy that was cutting wood with his axe. And basically he was saying if every day, 7 days a week, the guy went out and used his axe to cut the wood, I'm gonna get this wrong, but I feel like he was saying that the axe would then eventually like wear out and become blunt because you're not like stopping to sharpen it or anything like that. Basically he's saying if the guy worked, used his axe 6 days, and then one day he was sharpening his axe, he's gonna work better because his axe is gonna be sharpened and he's gonna be like using a good axe rather than going every single day where the axe is gonna get like worn out and blunt and stuff. I hope I explained that well enough. At the start of this year, we started every Saturday resting, and Saturday for us was just the day that worked best. I feel like we would have picked Sunday if that worked out best, but it just didn't, because Sunday night was always our catch up for things that were due Monday. I don't know, there was always stuff that was going on Sunday night, and we really wanted to keep it a full rest day, so that's why we chose Saturday. Long story short, it's been amazing, and I just really feel like it's helped us so much. We get so excited when it's Friday night and we're like, oh my gosh, it's our rest day tomorrow, and we get to sleep in and we go and get breakfast and we go do something fun, we go on a date, we go somewhere new. So maybe you guys are in the same position that we were, and you just feel like every single day you're tired and you're burnt out and you're not enjoying yourself. If you don't take a rest day, I would highly recommend trying to implement that once a week. I think that's where I'm gonna wrap up this updates video. I feel like I've been talking forever, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it wasn't like anything in particular. I'm glad that I got to sit down and update you guys. But yeah, if you have any other questions, anything that I didn't really talk about, feel free to tweet me because I feel like I'm always on Twitter chatting with you guys. I love you so much. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.